Welcome back to my first 50 eyeshadow palettes. I had to end up breaking this up into a couple of videos because it just took too long. It took too long to go through 50 eyeshadow palettes. The first video was actually all my ColourPop eyeshadow palettes. So this time we're going to go through ones I've got from other companies. And I'm not quite sure if I'll be able to fit all of those on this video, but if not, I'll break it up into one more video. But let's continue. Look for your favorites. Tell me what they are. Tell me what you think was a bad buy. Which one is one you're looking forward to getting. So let's get back into it. The next one is one I picked up at Target, not really knowing anything about the company. This is LA Girl, and this is Sunset DAZE, D-A-Z-E, and it comes in two colorways. This is the Summer Nights. They also have a daytime one, which I can't remember what it's called, but this is Summer Nights. I picked it up even though I didn't know anything about the company because I really liked these turquoise shades that are in there. And at the time I got this, I did not have any other palettes with turquoise in it. So next we've got the one that should have been at the beginning of the alphabetical list, and that's Bare Minerals MINERALIST SUNLIT. It comes like in a little book format with an elastic thing to hold it in place. This one has got, even though it's called Sunlit, it's very kind of muted taupes, a muted green, which is the reason I picked this particular palette from Bare Minerals. It's just a very, well, I don't know if you can see it, very soft green there. I actually haven't used it that much, but I plan on using it more, this year. So there's the little book from Bare Minerals. I'll be back in a second. I gotta rearrange these piles here so I can find the ones I haven't done yet. Okay, so the next one is one that I got later in the year when I realized I had an awful lot of ColourPop and Tarte palettes, and I wanted to try some other brands. So this one is the Dreamy Dozen. It's from Lawless, and it is gorgeous. It's just gorgeous. I play with this one so much. To my eye, it's got both warm and cool in it. It's got shimmers and mattes, and it's got a really nice soft black in it. You can use that as a powdered eyeliner, or I'm gonna try to kind of blend it out and see if I can wear it as a one and done, or like a baby smoked eye. But I'm not sure. I'm not sure I can pull that off. But I will be having a video coming up on this one for sure. Now earlier in the year, I picked up this little palette by Physicians Formula. It's called Muru Matte Manoi. So let me get it out of the box. I'm not sure why I kept this box. It's a little tiny strip of matte eyeshadows. It opens up like this, and there's a little clear window on it. And it's just a nice little selection of mattes that go from light to dark. So it was a good one to also start to learn on and to play with. But after I used it for a little while, I realized there's no shimmers in it. And it was like, duh, it's called a matte palette, Terry. So I went back and I got their shimmer one, which comes with a little brush in it, but I don't want it to fall out. I've never actually used the little brush. Actually, it's more like a little sponge, not really a brush. And this one is called Shimmer Strips Nude. So it kind of goes along with that same matte strip palette of theirs. It's also nude. So as my confidence began to grow with regards to eyeshadow, I went a little crazy towards the end of the year and bought two beautiful palettes from Milt. This one, and look at this gorgeous box it came in. This is Dark Matter, and this is what the palette looks like on the outside. It comes with like all the names of the shadows on a clear thing, so I've got to not lose that. And it comes with a little mirror in the inside, but it's mainly really dark, moody kind of eyeshadows. And I thought, you know what? I might be a grandma, but I still get moody. So I got this one, and they're beautiful. They're beautiful formula. I'm not sure if this black is a shimmer or a satin, but it's really pretty. Let's put some more on my finger. I think this is just like a satin, because this one that's next to it is definitely a shimmer. Beautiful, beautiful. The other one I got from Melt is their Christmas Town. It's kind of hard to get the whole thing on the screen here. Their Christmas Town palette, and it's a collaboration with Disney, Tim Burton's The Nightmare Before Christmas. And again, really cute packaging. And then the palette, I mean, look at the beautiful case on this palette. And then it's got artwork on the back. And then inside, there is another mirror there. But look at these wild colors and beautiful artwork drawn in between the colors. It's going to make a fabulous Christmas look next year for me. And probably maybe some Halloween looks too. It's really intense and beautiful. And you know, the only pain about it is it's a really weird shape. So it's kind of like by itself in places. Okay, so next I've got 3 palettes from Morphe. Morphe or Morphe, I'm not sure how to pronounce it. You guys can tell me in the comments if you pronounce it Morphe or just Morphe. This one is Going Platinum, and it has a little like plasticized sheet in there with directions. And I actually haven't used this yet, because when I wanted to use it, when I was going to create a video about it, because this center silver foil is so beautiful. I mean, look at that. It is just gorgeous. So that was the first Morphe palette I got, and I actually got it in my first Ulta order last fall. And then I got 2 more Morphe palettes. This one is called, and they're little palettes. This one's called Crowd Pleaser. I guess Morphe puts these little things in all of theirs. It has 2 shimmers and 2 mattes. This one, Crowd Pleaser, has got neutrals and rose colored shadows. That was Crowd Pleaser. And this one is Party Crasher. So this one has a purple case. It has beautiful lavenders and neutrals in this one. And one of these is, it's either a duochrome or a multichrome. And then there's the other shimmery one in that palette. Again, very pretty, lots of fun looks. I've decided that, although I'm still learning to do contouring with my eyeshadows, most of the time it's just a lot easier to do a one and done kind of look. And so if you're starting out, I mean, that's a great way to start. Now let's look at, okay, so store brands. Okay, I had to take a little break because the dog was going nuts, because the mailman just left a delivery, and I'm almost positive it's some eyeshadow palettes from Alter Ego. So I'm excited to open those up later. Okay, so I also got a few palettes from the store brands. This is the only Ulta palette I got. It's called Mini Moods in the colorway Soft Romance. It's a tiny little palette. It comes with an elastic to hold it together. It has a very tiny little mirror inside. And then these were ranges from like soft pink to mauve. So they don't have as many mauve colors in my collection. Very pretty little one. I'll be doing a review of the store brand palettes later this year. Then from Sephora, I got Precious Gemstones in the colorway Jade. This packaging looks like this. It also has an elastic band on it. It also has a little mirror. And these are shadows in the green and light neutrals. But it's mainly 4 greens and 3 light neutrals in it. And it's very pretty too. The last one I got from Sephora is called Color Shifter Strange Botanicals. And it comes in different colorways, but I got it in the red poppy colorway. It has a mirror, and you can slide the mirror out. And then it's got 4 shades plus a shifter. This is the shifter shade, but if you put it over, you should be doing this with a brush. So I put it over one of the lighter colors, and it changes the color of the shifter, and it changes the color of the underneath one. It's a fun little palette just to play with. And then the third Sephora palette I got is this huge one. Okay, it's huge. I mean, I know it's huge. It is called the Amazing Eyeshadow Palette Soft Lights. It comes in 2 colorways. I got the Soft Lights colorway. It has a great big mirror on the inside of the lid. And this is what these look like. Now, I haven't actually played with this one very much, so I can't tell you much about the quality of the shades, but I will. I mean, because when I do that store palette review, I will be reviewing it. Last year was also the year I discovered the beauty of Natasha Denona. And I got 2 of her mid-sized palettes. This was the first one, I Need a Nude. You've probably seen it everywhere. It's got a mirror on the inside of the lid. And then these are the beautiful shadows in it. I was having some trouble with this palette until I got some rougher eyeshadow brushes. And then it just they go on like a dream, an absolute dream. They're very pigmented and they're buttery soft. They're just beautiful. But like I said, I didn't have much luck with them until I got some rougher brushes. The other one I got it during a sale. I was having a hard time deciding the next palette I wanted to get from her, but I ended up getting her Retro Glam palette. What drew me to it were these soft greens mixed with soft, but not necessarily light, pinks to give an overall kind of soft look. And of course there's some neutrals in there too. But what spoke to me about it was, this was before I decided I could get wild. They look like beautiful grandma shades. And I'm a grandma. I've got 7 grandchildren. So I loved the greens. The soft rose colors were nice with it. The soft neutrals with it. Again, I did not have much luck with it unless I'm using the rougher eyeshadow palettes. The other 2 palettes I got from her, I got at Christmas time because they came in ornament packaging. They're little baby palettes. This one is Baby Bronze palette. The other one is a Baby Gold palette. And even though they're small palettes, they're in very sturdy packaging, because when I was bringing all these eyeshadow palettes together for this video, I accidentally knocked this one, which is the Baby Gold palette, off the bathroom countertop and onto a slate floor. And I was just like, oh, it's gonna be all shattered. It did not shatter. The middle gold metallic had a little bit of fallout after it fell, but it is still whole and doing well. I mean, her shimmers are always gorgeous. I'm not even sure if you'd call it a shimmer. It might just be a metallic, because I think it's more metallic than a shimmer. But here's the gold from that. Beautiful, beautiful. So these are really nice for taking with you, traveling, because they don't take up much room. And like I said, the packaging is very sturdy. I was impressed. I really couldn't imagine any of my palettes dropping that far onto such a hard floor and not cracking. Okay, these two palettes are from Nicole Beauty. When I first started learning about applying makeup last year, I watched a lot of Nicole Johnson's makeup videos. On YouTube, it's Nicole Johnson. Her company is Nicole Beauty. What drew me to these was because I was so new to eye makeup. I really liked how they came with 3 shadows that went well together. And all of her makeup is designed with an older clientele in mind. And she has videos on applying these to older women in her Fierce Beauty videos. This one is the first one I got of hers. It is Sweet Carol. It's named after her mother. And it's a lovely, sweet eyeshadow look. I really like it. I will be doing a full face of Nicole Beauty at some point this year. And then the next one I got from her, and look how beautiful her compacts are. They're very solid, very luxurious. This one is called Strong Brew. It also has the mirror on the inside of the lid, but these are 3 mattes to go together in that kind of coffee shade range, thus the name. But they're beautiful. They make it easy to get a 3 shadow look out of them. Again, she has a video using those as well. I ended up getting 2 palettes from Too Faced. And I picked these particular 2. I wanted to try the brand, but I got these 2 because I was able to get them on sale. And this first one is Too Faced Better Than Chocolate. It also has a mirror inside. And then here are those shadows. It's like a little box of chocolate candy, you know, where you're not really sure what flavor everything's gonna be. The strange thing about this one is it's formulated with cocoa powder. So when you open it, it smells like chocolate. So if you don't like scented makeup, you won't like it, but they're beautiful. It's a nice combination of shadows, of shimmers and mattes in neutrals with some pops of purple, lavender, and green and gold. The other one I got at the same time was this year's, Precious Gems Mini. So this is also Too Faced. I saw that there was one from last year, but I don't have it. It came in, I think, purple packaging. This year's Christmas one came in the emerald green packaging. And it's just a lovely little collection of 3 shimmers and 2 mattes. Those are the 3 shimmer shades. It has a magnetic closure. I will talk more about it when I do a Too Faced video. Urban Decay. Fairly early on, got the Urban Decay Naked 2 Basic Matte palette, but I can't find it. It's also a great neutral palette. They're mainly cool. So in my search for warm shadows, I got the Urban Decay Naked Heat palette. So this is all warm shades. And these are shimmers and mattes, and they're a lot of fun to play with. Now before I get to Tarte, which is the other company besides ColourPop that I have a lot of palettes from, I've got one more tiny expensive one from Yves Saint Laurent. I got it because of two reasons. One, I mean, this packaging is absolutely gorgeous. It comes with brushes in it, which I haven't used. And it comes in a number of colorways. I got it in number 300, Casbah Spices, which is a warm, surprise, nude brown palette with nude brown, gold, and beige. This is a really expensive palette for just 4 shades. And I held off buying it for a long time, even though I knew I would love it, and I knew the packaging was gorgeous, shaped kind of like a little quilted clutch purse. But the place I learned about it was on the YouTube channel Khaki Beauty Reviews. I love her videos, although most of them are not particularly useful for an older woman with these kind of skin problems. You want to come up? All right. My dog has been very good. He's been wanting to get on my lap for a while now, so we'll get him up for a minute. But what I like about it is she's pretty outrageous. She seems to know a lot about makeup, and she also, because she trained as an artist, some of her videos are really interesting on color theory. I still enjoy watching her videos, even though I am not her demographic. She's, you know, she's young and beautiful and out there. I still like watching her videos. If I'm watching one in the kitchen while I'm doing dishes or something, and my son walks out, he's like, "You're listening to her again, Mom?" Because he doesn't get her at all. All right, there goes the dog. Well, it turns out I can't get all of the rest of my palettes in this second video. So I'm going to cut it off here now. I think all the rest of the ones I've got to show you are from Tarte, and I've got a lot of those, so they'll be in the third installment. Then that should be it. Then we should be through all 50 of them. I've really been enjoying this, and I hope you've been enjoying it. I hope you found some, you've seen some that are your favorites, or that you found some that could be your next favorite. Keep looking in your silver mirror, and I will see you next time on My Silver Mirror. Thank you.